Hey guys, George here. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I'm with my friend Andreas, and with his help, we're going to pay homage to Blink-182's Mark Hoppus by playing some of his most notable bass lines through his signature bass. You ready?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. So that was our little Blink-182 medley. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite Blink-182 song of all time is. Well, actually, what's your favorite Blink-182 song?
Bro, now you're asking me a very difficult question. I can tell you my favorite album is definitely Take Off Your Pants and Jacket.
Okay.
So probably one of the songs off that album.
All right, if you had to, I'm putting you on the spot. If you had to pick one.
I think Please Take Me Home. I'm not saying that's my favorite song. That's my favorite song off that album.
Okay. You guys may have seen this bass hanging behind me in some of my videos, but it actually doesn't belong to me.
Yeah, it's mine. I've basically been renting space from George for the last few years, holding my signature bass here, and you can tell that surf green beauty over there is definitely one of my favorite basses, and unfortunately I can't house it right now, but I do appreciate it being featured in his YouTube channel every time.
Hey, I'm not complaining, and it's great when I have a bass lesson because I have a bass hanging around. Let me actually grab it. Okay, so let's talk a little about this thing. You mentioned it was surf green. This actually came in 3 colors, I believe. It was surf green, Daphne blue, and also a shade of pink.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Why don't you tell them about when you bought it? I was with you. I remember this day.
Yeah, so obviously growing up in the 2000s, you're going to be a Blink-182 fan.
Big
and
time.
as Mark Hoppus has always been, one of my favorite bassists, I decided I really wanted his signature, and we were having some difficulty finding it until we just walked into Guitar Center. You were working there at the time?
I wasn't yet, but eventually I did, but I wasn't yet.
Right, so we walked into Guitar Center and we see this beauty hanging in the used section for a pretty moderate price. It was pretty well priced. So we decided to scoop it up immediately.
It was a steal. It was an absolute steal. You robbed them, actually.
Yeah, and when you think about how simple this bass is, and I've never been one to be into the complexities of a guitar, so I really appreciate the fact that I just have one knob, and that's all I need to do to turn up and start playing.
Yeah, it's simple, but it's also very unique. So it's a P bass in the fact that it has a P bass neck and a P bass pickup, but it has a jazz bass body. So that's super cool and super unique. So you were able to get this bass for a steal back in the day. And that could be because it's from their Made in Mexico series and not their more coveted American standard series.
That's right, but I was able to get it used for $250 probably around 15 years ago. And now we're seeing them go upwards of $1,300.
Yeah, at a minimum. I remember you seeing it at that price and you didn't even hesitate. You snatched it.
Pulled it right off the rack.
So I'm going to give you the credit.
Mm-hmm. Okay. But for what?
For digging up the article. Then you use your journalistic powers. So Andreas used his journalistic powers and he dug up an old article from Guitar Center where Mark Hoppus talks about the creation of the signature bass. So on Enema of the State in 1999, he used primarily a P bass and a jazz bass. So after that album was done, he worked with Fender to create the signature bass, which is an amalgamation of both.
Yeah, he used the jazz bass body and the Seymour Duncan P bass pickups to create the sound that he wanted, and I think we can all agree it came out really good.
I think he said he chose the jazz bass body because it looked cool.
I mean, it does.
That's true. Mark has always been your favorite member of Blink, right?
That's right, he has. And not just because he inspired me to pick up a bass, it was also really nice to share a birthday with a celebrity that you looked up to. March 15th, the Ides of March, me and Mark.
Yeah, no one has my birthday. Tina Fey.
That's a good one.
It's not Mark Hoppus.
That's true.
Growing up listening to Blink-182, Mark was one of our heroes. And he recently opened up about his battle with cancer. And we're just wishing him the best. And we can't wait till he's feeling back at 100% and out on the road with Blink.
Get well, Mark.
I want to thank Andreas so much for helping me out with this video. I couldn't have done it without you. And I want to thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please drop a like below and subscribe if you haven't. It helps the channel out a lot. And until next time.
What's the word?
I'm just hoping that you'd make one up.
Till next time. I thought you had like a specific...
I usually say see ya.
See ya.
I know, it sucks.
Should probably clean this before. Got a little dust in here. Guess what happens when I leave it here?
Before you ask, the scratches were there.